Steiner says that the human being is turned inside out. Steiner is conceptualizing the human being, the composition of the human being, human ontological composition, in terms of these different kind of layers of like the subtle bodies and then the soul, and he's got this kind of ninefold organization of the human being, which is very similar to the one that I've cooked up. But in any case, if we just look at the subtle bodies here, we can begin to see what Steiner means by that, right? So you've got the physical body, which is very localized within space. It is kind of a pinprick in the world, as it were. And then the etheric body, which we could think of as being kind of like morphogenetic fields or bioelectric fields, that kind of thing. That is bigger, as it were. You could think of it as kind of like a nested thing of like Matryoshka dolls, right? Like you've got these different layers, right? And the etheric then is kind of a layer outward because it includes more possibilities, right? If you think of like a child in particular, this is really useful, or like a seed in a tree, right? Like the tree is kind of filling out the etheric body. And so for the seed, the etheric body of the seed includes the tree, so it's bigger than the seed, which is smaller. And as the seed grows, it's kind of filling out the etheric body, right? And you could say the same thing for humans, that the human etheric body is something we kind of fill out, and so it's kind of bigger than us in a way, though as adults, once our development is complete, under most circumstances, they would come to more or less correspond, unless you're like an amputee, for example, in which case you can have an etheric body that includes things that your physical body does not.
As we begin to experience our etheric body, we still clearly experience our participation in the etheric life of the earth. The life of the etheric body itself runs its course within time.
But then with the astral body then, so that's the next layer up, right? You get the physical, then the etheric, then the astral. You extend out even further, right? Because the astral body includes all the different behavioral patterns, all of the different drives, all of the different impulses and instincts and that kind of thing. And so all of the different ways in which you can move around, all the different possible gestures I can do with my hands.
These terms should not put the reader off. Speaking of an, in quotes, astral world, we progress to specific spirit entities.
Angels keep popping into Paul.
Just as we speak of stars and constellations,
or whatever, right? And so you could think of it as kind of this cloud or aura of possibilities, which is bigger than the etheric body. It's bigger than the physical body. So again, you've got this kind of nested layers type of thing going on. And so what Steiner is saying then, in saying that the human being is turned inside out, what he means is that these more outer layers of our being are actually closer to the core ontologically. Your astral body, in a sense, is more inner in the sense that it is closer to the fundamental nature of your existence than the physical body. It's actually the physical that is the most superficial expression of your being. And so we're inside out, right? Like the things that are more outward, more encompassing, are the things that are also more inner in the sense that they're more fundamental ontologically.